our careers, although different, have had a lot of similarities, man. You know, and you know, work with me here, but so I'm at WCW, and you know, I'm trying to get a pay raise.
Me and Mark.
Right? Mean Mark.
Mean Mark.
Mean Mark Callis. Thank you, Terry Funk. Yeah. Anyway, I've been there 8-9 months. I'm just trying to get a bump, right? Just trying to get a little bump in pay. I ain't trying to break the bank. I ain't trying to make Cody Rhodes money.
Just a little bump.
Just a little bump.
Little bump.
Right? And they tell me, like, hey, you're a great athlete. No one will ever pay money to see you wrestle.
Did someone actually tell you that?
Yeah, Ole Anderson told me that.
Ole Anderson told you no one's ever going to pay to see you wrestle.
You're a great athlete. No one will ever pay money to see you wrestle.
I don't want to just linger on this, but what would possess a man, even if you thought that? Why take the risk of what if you're wrong?
Well,
and what if you're incredibly wrong? Like, just, I know Ole was quite a wild individual, but continue. Wow.
Yeah, so it's one of those moments like, okay. Like they wanted to re-sign me. They just didn't want to, they wanted to re-sign me on the same deal. I think it was $1,200 $1,200 a month. I think it was something ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And I wasn't trying to break the bank. I just wanted to be able to pay my rent. And you have that moment, like that was such a big goal to get to WCW, right? And then to have to face that in the moment in a room full of, there's Ole Anderson and Arnett, Jim Hurd and Jim Barnett, all these guys, and you have to sit there and like, wow, and then have that moment of realization. And I think you had to have that kind of same moment.
Yeah.
You're in the WWE, but things aren't going your way. And it takes a lot of courage to, okay, I'm here, but this is not what I envision and this is not what I want.
Yeah.
To actually pull the plug and leave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. And I had to do the same thing. Like I have a job, but I knew right away, okay, that is my ceiling.
Yeah.
And there is no upside to what I just got told. And a lot of guys, through my experience, don't have the courage or the belief in themselves to say, I got to get out of here. And you did.
Well, you're the courage and belief, but also part of pulling the plug and doing it and burning the boats and all that, part of it makes it so you have no choice.
Right.
Right?
Oh,
That's
true.
the other.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you're going to put this out in the universe and you say it so that you're compelled to make it happen. A lot of our confidence as wrestlers, or at least in my case, has been a little bit of fake it till you make it. A little bit of
a lot of fake it.
A lot of it. A lot. But I'll always try to stand up and make it seem like I know exactly what I'm doing. And then you start to figure out a little bit. But it takes time. And I actually, leaving WWE is one thing. Coming back to WWE is actually a very similar situation. So I wish I knew somebody who was motivated by, hey, you're the best. And then you go, but that almost, when you don't bet on me, or in your case, if someone wasn't betting on you, Ole, it feels good to
prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Prove them wrong.
Yeah.
And not in like a mean-spirited way, in a way where you can just look at them and go, I told you.
Yeah.
It was here,
It was here all the
needed
time.
help,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it was here. Yeah. So but a lot, as you know, as you both know, so much of it is luck. So much of it is timing. And then for me, I'm so lucky with leaving and coming back. I think the first time I was with WWE, I was always trying to do everything by myself. And I was surrounded by great individuals. You were there. You're still actively wrestling when I first come into the fray. Hunter's there. Sean's there. I'm getting in the ring with these guys. Great peers. But during that time when I was coming up, we were freshmen, and then they put us on the varsity team. It's the best way I know how to put it. We needed the seasoning. We had none.
Yeah.
And I think about Kofi. I think about Miz. I think about Punk. I think about Sheamus. I think we could tell you those guys are really good, but you know this, and every great booker, You know, depending on which booker it is, it takes 2 years, it takes 3 years,
Right.
it takes 5 years. As Sinez told me, it takes 5. That's his number he gave me. It really does.
Yeah.
You can hit a home run every week, but they've got to see it consistently every
Right.
week. And during that period, I was just so siloed up and all about it. When I left, one of the things that I found was so helpful to me, and when I came back, I'm following the same strategy, is the people around you. Like find you a good crew of people that want to see you go up,
Yeah.
want to go up with
Yeah.
you, and that's the luck part almost, is
Right.
being lucky enough to have, you know, people like that in your career who can really change it, and you can change theirs, and just being part of a team.
Yeah.
When you
yeah.
when
Go
you
ahead.
came back, is it true that Vince flew down to you?
It is
Because
true.
that's kind
Yeah.
of unheard
Wait a
of.
minute. Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Pump the brakes.
Yeah.
The old man
Yeah.
got on the jet, flew down to
Yeah.
Atlanta.
He did.
Dang.
Yeah, he flew down. And that's it.
And
Part
wrap.
I
two.
thought, hey, you know what?
Peace out.
Wait,
Part 2.
I thought, hey, I
he
thought I
legit
was,
did not know this.
I thought I was special because I got to go to the house, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like, I was like, oh, they're going to be. This is double secret kayfabe.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Titan Towers. I'm going to the house.
Wow.
And what? You just gotta. I
can't-
can't believe he. How
Yeah.
did that go?
Well, a lot
Well,
of it,
obviously it went well, but
it ended up going extremely well. A lot of it had to do with our mutual friend, with Bruce Pritchard. I think at the time, the two trains of thought. Bruce had done some independent shows with me and had seen a little bit of what was going on. It was making so much noise that even outside of the big bubble that WWE is, you almost had to go, what are the Bullet Club guys doing? What is this here? Why is this taking? And there's 1,000 people at this indie show, and there's 10,000 at this one. Just he was seeing that. I think Vince was looking at it from the perspective of, I just need someone to wrestle Seth. That's really what he was. I think I need someone to wrestle Seth. And then the meeting, all I ever thought of the meeting, I was so excited. Again, somebody who said, never directly, but I was made to feel didn't value me, or didn't value me enough, perhaps. That's all I thought about in that meeting, was I want them to just to see me.
right.
There's so much that's happened. I've had a child. I've been out. I ran my own show. I've done some promoting. I've done a little booking here and there. I just want to see these guys. Bruce, I know and love already, but I want to see Vince, and I just want to have this conversation and almost say thank you more than anything. Thanks for being the house that built me. I learned so much, and I got to apply it everywhere I went, because outside of WWE, I was very unique in that I would apply these very pro WWE and very old school philosophies to promos, to matches, to production, to presentation, to everything, that it almost made me like a gimmick in a way.
Right. Yeah,
just
yeah.
having that skill set, which I was so lucky to have. But it's all I thought when we were there, and I just want them to see me. And I should have known. You're never smarter than, these are the Jedi Masters. These are
Absolutely.
They got me very quickly. Very quickly. And it wasn't even the money. It was just that word, and you guys know this word and how it dangles out there, but opportunity. Opportunity. And then not only do you hear opportunity, you hear like, it's still a chance to show them. It's still a chance to, all right, you'll find out.
Okay.
Because this is one idea you have, but the night after, you're going to have a whole nother outlook on it. But yeah, he flew down to me, and I honestly thought it would just be a general like meet and greet, which is, I'm so naive for thinking. And Bruce is the one who walked me out. And I think I dropped my guard at that point when we were walking out, and I asked him, just what do I do? I had everything planned. I
Right.
knew everything, but I didn't. I asked him, what do I do? And he just said, I think you know what you should do, which is such a non-answer.
Right.
Like, buddy,
Non-committal.
Just tell
tell
me.
me.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Help me out. You got me into
please.
this mess. Come
yes,
on, help me out.
You got me into this mess. And the rest for me is very much history. And to be able to come back and have just, I didn't see any of this. I think
Right.
a lot of people look at what we did when we left and think, oh, there was this plan. No, the plan was to get people interested
Right.
every week in what I'm doing. And I
They
can do
were.
that with social media, and that's the biggest platform as I can really get at this point. That was it. And now looking back, it just seems so faded. And so you find your destiny on the path you take to avoid it sometimes. And that's certainly been the case with what's happened with me here. And just, I was,
But that meeting was done deal after they left. You were back in.
well, you know what always
Was
makes it a done deal? And you guys as a couple podcast, you'd appreciate this. You know what always makes it a done deal? When you call your wife and you just say the numbers.
Right?
You just say like, well, here's what it is. And then you can just hear, well, yeah. So we're going back to WWE. Yep.
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
so.
I think so. Yeah. Like,
Time to hit the road.
yeah. Cause I remember telling her like, she was really, she saw things for me that I perhaps didn't see myself. But I remember talking to my sister, and she just had the best outlook on it. But it was almost like it was almost said in a way a sister can say it. She just said, well, be careful what you wish for. And I thought, shit. Yeah, you're that's stiff, but positive as well. Like, is it?
Yeah, fair
Is it?
warning.
What
Yeah,
do you?
is
Can you
it?
give me a little bit more here?
Yeah. And then it was wild. It was just a wild situation. It developed so quickly, and next thing you know, you're showing up at Wrestlemania.
Dang.
Just
Not
showing
just
up
showing
at
up.
WrestleMania.
Just showing up.
Main
So
You
event.
definitely went. You went from the outhouse to the penthouse
Real fast.
pretty quick.
I mean, it's one of those stories where it seems quick. As far as WWE goes, I was presented as if I never existed there before in a way. If that made
Yeah.
I was presented as this fully polished, ready. If you didn't know and you were a young kid watching, you're like, "Oh, that's so cool!" Like you jumped right in, and if you did, you were rewarded for knowing the journey. But it was the situation. Looking back at it now, so many things were happening. I had 2 television shows that were on Discovery now, but Warner Media programming. I had to juggle that. I had to really weigh it out. Obviously, opportunity is amazing, but I had to really weigh it out. Is this a mistake? Right? They didn't see it the first time. They saw a little of it, but they didn't see it. Is this the biggest mistake ever? You think the first time leaving is the biggest mistake ever.
Right.
Coming back, my fear was like, this could be the biggest gamble of all. I had a good gig. I contrary to what you hear, and you guys know how the internet likes the internet, but I had a good gig. I had an executive job. I loved the Bullet Club guys, but evolving and moving myself forward, it was just a lot to weigh out. And again, it could have been a big. Had I gone out there and belly flopped in the pool, like, it wouldn't have hurt WWE at all. It would have been he wasn't. He was Little League all along, But now I'm getting anxiety over it now,
that
and it's
gives
over.
me. I was about to say, like,
We
it
already
literally-
did it,
It makes my
like,
stomach hurt for you.
We're good,
But I
you know?
understand what you're saying, though. You're doing TV shows and you're producing, you're doing all these other things. And as everybody knows, with the WWE, there comes constraints that, your projects and all that are got to be conformed in there. So it's a big decision.